Hello, people. Can this camera even see me? Because I'm looking, the lens is like here, showing my nipple. But apparently it's a wide angle something. I'm gonna pull the microphone over here. Test, yeah, awesome. Hello, my name is Henning Pauli. You know me because you've watched other things where I go push on things and they go, or they go, ping, 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 ping. You know. This time we've got a different angle going on. Thanks to my lovely neighborette, Christy Leshinsky, awesome photographer ever. What are we doing today? Here, look at my feet doing things on the thing. We are looking at the Joyo PXL Pro. You might remember that, wait, I've got it right here. We've looked at the baby brother of the PXL Pro, the PXL 4, which also exists in a PXL 8. What is it? It's a looper and a switcher. It helps you switch things in loops. We are very lucky today that Wendy Gia from Joyo was nice enough to actually give us a PXL Pro, which isn't actually out yet. She said she's going to talk to the people in engineering and be very nice and send me one, and they specially made one. Well, it's a pre-production model. Everything's ready to go. The thing's already on the website, but you cannot buy it yet. So, yeah, I have one. Gotta put this back. So, what is different? What is different about the PXL Pro compared to the PXL 4 or the PXL 8? PXL 4 and 8 are switchers. You put your pedals in the loops, and then with one step of a foot, you can switch different combinations of your pedals. They're usually all on. With this thing, it can do that, but it also has a tuner out, which is very nice. So I don't have that right now. Right here, and you see it in the back. There's an output for a tuner. Step on it, it mutes, goes to your tuner. But this has trigger outs. Now, what are trigger outs? You guys that are looking into this type of gadget know it. You can switch your amp channel with it. Now imagine, you push down on A, and you got a clean sound and some nice effects in it. You push down on B, it goes straight to no effects at all, and you distort the channel on your amp. I knew it could do this, which is very cool. It's got 4 trigger outs, so more than enough switching possibilities. But what I didn't know, that this thing actually has 2 independent loops. So you can use it all as an 8 pedal looper. So pretty much go in, run through the 8 pedals in succession, goes out. But it's also constructed so that you can run 2 4 pedal loops independently. Meaning, you have an amp with an effects send and return. So you get an effects loop on your amp, and you're gonna put all the pedals that are supposed to be on the front of your amp, like your distortion and maybe like a modulation of phase, your wah-wah, all that. You put that on the A loop, on the loop 1, and then all the stuff that needs to be behind your preamp, you put that on loop 2, and that's what I've done. So I'm gonna show you the setup here. Christy, if you would. In loop 1, we have the green crystal from Dr.J, very nice pedal. I'm gonna make a nice video for you. Then we've got next the pocket metal, pretty much as different as it can be from the green crystal. Then we have the voodoo octave, which I don't know what that's supposed to be. That's just and then can you even hear me? Hello. And then we've got the vintage phase, which I decided to put in front of the amp. Then this goes out of loop 1 into the amp itself. Then the send and return from the amp are going into loop 2 in and out. Now in loop 2, I've got all the stuff you want in your loop on the amp, meaning the noise gate. I've got a chorus in there, which might as well go in front, but I put it in the loop. And the analog delay from Joyo, and the beautiful Dr.J shadow delay, or the shadow echo, which you will find videos later of. So here I have a setup with 2 different delays, which is way cool. Actually gonna crank up the time here. And I can switch all these and my amp from clean to distorted. Didn't really go further than that, so I'm using one of the trigger outs with one step of a foot tip thingy. Now, I was wearing kind of, really funky frizzly shoes, and I was told I can't do this, so I gotta put up my manly kind of, biker boots. I don't have a bike, but whatever. So, what's just the setup? PRS SC250, 25-inch scale neck, Les Paul type guitar, but with some punch. And as always, the trusty La Boga serial FX loop, no parallel. We have this in clean, but today also as a premiere in the Distorted channel, going into a Fender Hot Rod 50 cab, mic with a Sennheiser E606 microphone, going into the, and now you can actually see it from this angle, Universal Audio 710D preamp set to solid state. Anything else you need to know? I don't think so. I'm gonna pull the microphone over here and talk really softly. No one's turned on right now, not even me. So, we're gonna go and we're gonna unmute it. It's in mute right now. Right now, I hit A again. It was on the A setting. And now you can see that the other lights are flashing, which means that's just the amp, nothing else. So if you just want to go and bypass, that's what you do. You hit the same letter again. You've got 8 banks of 4 sounds. So I only programmed 4 sounds, and we're going to see how easy/complicated it is to program a sound. My A sound consists of the the vintage phase before the amp, analog chorus, and analog delay in the effects loop. Now my B sound is the amp on distorted with the analog delay. Oh, actually, I was lying. That was the vintage phase analog chorus and the shadow echo. I'm sorry. So we're gonna go switch from the sound we just heard to a different delay. Everything else turns off, and we switch the amp. This would have usually meant changing the amp with one step and 4 different pedals at the same time. Not gonna happen in that time frame. Now on C, I've got the pocket metal and nothing else. Before the amp. It does not detune your guitar. Now on D, I've got the voodoo octave, then the vintage phase going into, I think, the analog delay, oh no, the shadow echo. Yep. Amp on clean. Can you tell? Now, freaking awesome. Now, there are devices like this on the market that even give you MIDI capability if you want that. This one doesn't do it. I've even seen one that has a 9-volt, like 5 9-volt outs built in. That one was €450. I've seen one that, again, with MIDI and everything and those capabilities, runs $600. This, according to Wendy, is retailing for $199. I'm hoping that is going to be the final price, but $199, which is like, what, 180, 170 euro with our tax and all that crap. Let's say 200 euro. Holy flying mother of a goat. Wow. So, I'm going to show you how to program this. I'm not gonna destroy any of my sounds. I want the green crystal and the shadow echo with a clean sound. How about that? So I'm going to go to bank 2. Nothing changes. I'm gonna go to sound A. What happened there is everything got turned on because I've never even been to bank 2. So I'm gonna have to turn everything off. Okay, to go into edit mode, you just hit the mute button longer, and there you go. So with bank up and down, I can switch. You can see the EH, that would be bank loop number 2. EL is loop number 1. ET is an extraterrestrial. God, I'm funny, huh? That is for the triggers. EB is for the triggers and bypass. And for those who are not sure if they can actually use the triggers, you can switch them from latch to momentary mode, and you can switch them from, you can switch the polarity, which you do on EN and EP. So I'm gonna go back to EH, and now I'm gonna pick my shadow echo. That would be hitting A. Let's see, I want the shadow echo, that's good enough. And I'm gonna go to EL and my green crystal. Hit mute longer, and it is saved. Go to bank 1, A. There's my clean sound. Bank 2, A, what I just did. Gonna do one more, which is gonna be the amp on distorted. Let's see, I'm gonna go to sound B, which is gonna be loud again. So, ET, we want this on. No, we want this on. Yep. This on. Off, off. Awesome. No. ET. I think that's what we want. Wait. I'm gonna try this. Clean. Yes, that's what I wanted. So I got on my A bank, on my A sound, I've got the green crystal and the shadow echo, and on B I only have the amp distorted, nothing else. So we got only amp. Oh. Give it a little bit more drive here. Green crystal and shadow echo for a nice bluesy lead sound. The amp distorted. It takes you probably half an hour to an hour to kind of get the thing. You can easily program your sounds and set up your sounds on stage in your rehearsal room. If you do it at home, obviously it's better. But if you know what you're doing with this thing, a little bit of a learning curve. As far as I can tell, the switching happens silently. I am having a blast playing with this, and I really can't hear any degradation in the signal. Now, here's the cool thing. Everything you see here, of course, minus the amp, minus the guitar, minus everything you see on the floor, is what did I say earlier? 600? 400? Let's say 650 euro. That will get you 3 pedals from decent companies. It'll get you 3 boutique pedals. Boutique pedals. We've got the Shadow Echo from Dr.J and the Green Crystal. Now, what you're hearing right here, that was 2.8 right here. That is those two. I don't know how much nicer you want your sound, but that kicks ass. So you're looking at $650 to get this complete setup. You're looking at a potential retail price of $199 for the PXL Pro. I'm hoping I'm the first to show you this thing. Sadly, it's not mine. It's a student of mine who ordered it, and he's a lucky guy. I don't really play live too much, but if I do, that's what I'm getting. Absolutely killer product. If you can't find it in your country, go to Joyo, go to Joyo's website. They're very helpful. Write to info. You might end up at Wendy. Wendy's going to tell you where to get it. I'm hoping in Germany we'll be able to get it at Thomann because they have the 4 and the 8. I'm hoping they will have the Pro. We will see. So look out. If you're in the market for this type of product, wait just a tiny little bit. Get the PXL Pro from Joyo. That's what I'm saying, and I'd say I'm sticking to it, or my name's good for it or something, but I don't know how good my name is for anything. So, watch out for more videos of the Dr.J stuff, and we're gonna have the noise gate, the analog delay, the voodoo octave, the pocket metal, the boost, something, and we have 10 more coming. Peace out.